Hi guys, and welcome back to our channel, Kii Foundation or KiiChain. What's going on here? It's a new approach for the cryptocurrency industry. We will go through it in the next few minutes and you're probably wondering what's it all about. We will answer that shortly. But first of all, this video is only for educational purposes. It's not a financial advice. And as usual, everything is linked down below in the description. Feel free to check it out and let's get into the video. So guys, here we are on the Kii Foundation. What's going on here? Well, let me explain it as follows, or let's read it out together here. The Kii Foundation is an organization formed to support the identity utility token Kii, and soon to launch the KiiChain, meaning that there will be a whole new chain supported by the Kii Foundation, a decentralized ledger optimized for uploading identity related data, meaning that it's more or less concerned about security related or identity related cybersecurity, meaning that you can rest assured that you can have all your data in one simple authentication process only governed by you, and it's decentralized. I mean, you might have heard about many security breaches here and there, and now they're trying to tackle this problem, and here the Kii Foundation is presenting one of the solutions. As you can see here, the foundation's core purpose are aid with development effort like advocating for Kii and its use in the new or NU identity ecosystem, organizing a roadmap towards sustainable growth, and supporting the technologies and applications that contribute to and depend on Kii Foundation. And here, as you scroll down, you will have an overview. That's kind of a roadmap or a white paper. That's a one page that contains everything. You can read it out. As I told you, everything is linked down below in the description. But let's go through some important parameters here. Let me just zoom it in and we can have our go. As you can see here, Kii Foundation NUID or new ID, it's returning data ownership to users with self-sovereign portable web credentials. Meaning, again, the main problem with all the breaches out there on the cryptocurrency space or even the normal internet, data centers or major websites are just controlling this data. Once you get anything wrong, you probably kicked out of your profile on whatever platform you can be on. So here, this will be another approach or a different approach, how to solve this problem, how to decentralize credentials. So it will be an interesting approach, and let's get into what's going on. Summary here, it's supporting the Kii Foundation with the launch of utility token Kii, and Kii facilitates transactions in the new identity ecosystem. The ecosystem provides services and individuals with a user-friendly interface to sound cryptography through identity authentication tools based on zero knowledge, meaning that you don't have to be identified as a specific person, but you have your credentials for your own, meaning here that you have an online service and an online service and an online service, all putting here the unified decentralized identity layer, and then the user can have the peace of mind that things are secure, and he and only him can have all the credentials to get in. So let's go more into the problem. Let's break down the problem a little bit more here. The problem here will be contributing to the ecosystem. Its identity on the web today is broken because authentication is broken. To a certain degree, we all agree about this broken authentication system. The current identity model is both centralized and fragmented. Yeah, we do agree about that. Centralized by services are holding large numbers of identity data, and fragmented with users having to separately create identity profiles across every single service on the web. We all agree that we can have, to a certain degree, some frustration that you have to do an account for almost everything. Sometimes you have to reuse some passwords. Sometimes you're at greater risk if you use this password. Sometimes Google or whatever you're using can present you with some suggested passwords, and they are quite strong passwords. And once you put them in, if you log out, you lost it and you have no clue how to recover this password once more. So there's a complex problem behind the situation here, and they're trying to solve. When a silo is compromised, all of the users within the compromised and breach area and credentials are just very vulnerable, and they can be breached with quite an ease. And this can affect your accounts, it can affect your money, it can affect your crypto, it can affect your ownership of things for NFT, for instance, or any other digital assets. So let's go to the solution they're providing here. A trusted digital identity requires a rock solid core for authentication. NUID or new ID is building a new paradigm of digital identity through trustless authentication for devices and a portable device agnostic identity model for all users on the web. Simplified, it will be decentralized. I read through these kind of approaches, but in a very understandable and simple English format. It will be decentralized, and the data ownership will be for the individuals, not through major giants or major data centers. It will be you and it will be the users. So it's a nice, interesting approach, but it needs a pump. It needs more trust. It needs more participation. So I would highly recommend you to check it out and read more, inform yourself more, get yourself more acquainted of this concept, and you will find that the concept is quite interesting actually, and it will be working. It's gonna work. I mean, that's a well-known problem for everyone who's using the internet, whether it's on cryptocurrency space or with NFT or even the normal day-to-day internet usage. You have to come across some of these problems, and it needs some tackling. So what's Kii? What's the KiiChain or the Kii Foundation? Kii is a transactional utility token at the root of new identity ecosystem, and it's issued and supported by the Kii Foundation. It will initially be issued as an ERC20 token, and then will migrate to the identity optimized KiiChain in the near future, meaning that they will be also having a transition from the ERC20 to a KiiChain, separate chain and separate blockchain over here. The new ID authentication credentials are registered and distributed at a ledger and the public blockchain. Demand for Kii is determined by the service that used to register credentials for their users. So again, decentralizing everything, decentralizing and fragmenting everything, but within the control of the individual himself, not big or gigantic data centers again. So the approach is quite nice here, and this will be quite promising in the future. So let's have a look here at the roadmap and see what's going on and what they will be on about in the future. So what they have built already, they have built the decentralized zero knowledge authentication solution and the API. That's already happening. And what they're working on right now and what's being built at the moment as we speak, the new identity wallet, and this will let the users or the participants painlessly and securely access their passwords and other personal information and digital assets. Everything will be very simple, and everything will be just very fluid and with such high level of security. So they're still working on that. They're still about to approach the final goal here, but they're working hard on that, and they're also trying to make you aware of what's going on, what's the problem, what's the solution, and this will need some participation as well. So they're also issuing here the tokenomics for the KiiChain. As you can see here, the total support will be 1 billion, and the tokens available in public sale will be 200 million. The initially issued supply is 650, and the starting price for the public sale will be 30 USD. But however, you can do the pre-sale at 0.15 or 15 cents, so you will be getting that half price, and all of a sudden it will be double in value. So you will be successful in this kind of investment. But for the longer run, as much as this progress goes on, you will also have major progress with your investing, and you will have more profits as things excel and go on. As you can see here, the token allocation will be as follows: 20% public sale and 20% KiiChain support, 5% team and early contributors. So the earlier they are, the more portion you will have here, and 10% pre-sale and 10% verification identity. And then you can have here 10% development fund. So things will be quite evenly distributed. It's very transparent. You can have a look at that yourself, and things will be communicated also through different means of communication. For instance, Twitter. They are growing on Twitter. They're having a substantial amount of followers and community, and is currently almost or approaching 4,000 followers. Quite interactive. People are asking questions, people are getting to know each other, people are asking whatever comes to their mind, and they will be more than happy to answer, whether it's the team itself or people who are already participating in such a project. So going back here to what's going on, the timeline here, you can check it out. The pre-sale will be, I do believe, from the 19th to the 23rd of September. That will be the public pre-sale. This will be at 30 cents. But if you do have the pre-sale earlier on, you can have it at 15 cents. So things will be quite accelerating in a very fast manner in the next phases of this project. So how to purchase? Here, Kii Foundation is launching on Kii in partnership with New ID. For more information, you will have to go to KiiChain.org, and you will have here to pre-order Kii. You can can have continue, and then you can have a message. Even you can message if you have any questions. However, there is something rather important I need to draw your attention to. Once you scroll down slightly here, you will find that there are certain people living in certain places are eligible for such a thing, meaning that you don't have to be living in the US, or you don't have to have a US citizenship, because things are quite complicated over there. So you need to read the eligibility, and you will need to maneuver your way around. Probably you are, probably you're not. So you have to adjust depending on your personal situation. And I do believe that even informing yourself will be more beneficial for you, even though if you're not really able to participate in such a thing right now. But keep an eye on it, because sooner or later it will be public, it will be available for everyone, and sooner or later even US citizens can participate. Something also I need to draw your attention to, that it's also mentioned here at a major website, which is the Hacker Moon here. It's quite an interesting website for hackers. They're discussing some security issues, I would say. And here they mentioned that the new ID ecosystem and improved identity layer, putting identity ownership in the user's hands once more. Everything is linked down below in the description, so you can read it as well. You can inform yourself more if you're familiar with cybersecurity or security in general, ID security, so you can be familiar with what they're talking about. But in a nutshell, that was the most simple way I can put it out. So this project is quite promising, and I would highly recommend you to check it out and see what's going on and get more informed. So guys, in a nutshell, we talked about Kii Foundation or KiiChain. So I would highly recommend you to check the links down below and see what's going on. You don't have to necessarily jump in straight away. You have to inform yourself. You have to gather more information. The more information you gather, the more aware of what's going on you will be. So I would highly recommend you to check them out. They're quite promising, and I do believe in the future they will be massive success for this project. So that's it for this video. As usual, if you like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave any comment you might have in the comment section below. And until next one, bye bye.